If this video has found you, it is confirmation. It is proof that you have already crossed over. You've entered a parallel reality, and this message, this specific string of words and frequencies, is the first echo from your new timeline. This is not a metaphor. This is not spiritual platitude. This is quantum mechanics. We are talking about the many worlds interpretation, a foundational theory which posits that for every possible outcome of a quantum measurement, the universe splits. A separate parallel universe exists for each possibility. We're talking about the principle of decoherence, the process by which a coherent quantum state, a state of pure potential, collapses into a single observable reality. In physics, a system shifting from one state to another is an observable event. It leaves a footprint. It creates a signal. This video, appearing on your screen right now, is that signal. It is the observation. For the next 45 minutes, I am going to decode the science behind this monumental shift in your life. I will give you the operating manual for your new reality, explaining the new physics you are now governed by, and revealing the signs you have almost certainly been misinterpreting. And it's a reality you've already felt, hasn't it? A subtle, pervasive sense of disorientation, a feeling that the rules of the game have changed, but no one bothered to give you the new rulebook. You've been feeling out of sync, like you're listening to a song that's just slightly off-key from the one everyone else is hearing. The strategies that used to work, the mindset that once brought you success, now feels ineffective, muted. That quiet frustration you feel, that cognitive dissonance between the effort you're putting in and the results you're seeing, that is not a sign of failure. It is the primary symptom of crossing what I call the reality threshold. If this idea that the universe is confirming your shift resonates on a deep level, hit the like button now. It's an energetic agreement that this truth matters. It's you, sending a signal back to the field, saying, I hear you, I am here. Imagine your life has been a long hallway of doors, infinite doors, each leading to a different timeline, a different expression of your reality. For most of your life, you walked this hallway without even seeing them. But recently something changed inside of you. A decision, a release, an awakening. This internal event changed the very frequency of your being. Unseen by you, your new frequency began to resonate, like a tuning fork, until it perfectly matched the complex vibrational pattern of a single key for one specific door. And without any conscious effort, you simply walked through it. I call this the quantum doorway. It's not a place you go to. It's a state you align with, and you have already aligned. You are already on the other side. By the end of our time together, you will move from that quiet confusion into confident, unshakable clarity. The disorientation will be replaced with direction, the frustration with fascination. You will not only believe you have shifted, you will know it, because you will have the evidence from your own life and the scientific framework to understand it. But first, we have to acknowledge the starting point. Have you ever felt a profound internal change, a deep shift in who you are, but found no one and nothing in your external world that could validate it? That feeling of isolation is the final echo of the old reality. And today, that echo fades to silence. So how does this happen? How does an internal shift in consciousness manifest as a literal, physical split into a parallel timeline? This isn't mysticism. This is physics. For decades, the leading edge of quantum mechanics has wrestled with a strange and beautiful idea called the many worlds interpretation. In its simplest form, it suggests that every time a quantum event has more than one possible outcome, the universe itself splits. All possible outcomes occur, each in its own separate parallel universe, a new branch on the tree of reality. Now, for most of your life, these splits have been microscopic, imperceptible. The choice to turn left instead of right, the decision to drink coffee instead of tea. These create tiny, insignificant divergences, parallel lives so similar to your own that you would never notice the difference. They are faint echoes in the quantum foam. But what you have experienced is not a small choice. What you have undergone is a major consciousness event, an awakening, a profound recalibration of your entire energetic signature. This wasn't a choice between coffee and tea. This was a fundamental shift in the very observer making the choice. And an event of that magnitude does not create a faint echo. It creates a sonic boom. It forces a significant high-energy divergence in the timeline. Your personal reality field, vibrating at a newly established frequency, could no longer remain coherent with its old timeline. The connection had to break. The path had to split in a way that was permanent and profound. You didn't just step onto a slightly different path, you were moved to an entirely different highway. This moment of separation, this point of no return, is what I call the reality threshold. The reality threshold is the point of irreversible decoherence, where your personal quantum field has fundamentally separated from its previous baseline reality stream. It is the moment the mathematical probability of your new self became a physical certainty. It is a one-way door. And while the mind might fear a point of no return, the soul knows it is a point of glorious liberation. You cannot go back to who you were, because that person, in a very real sense, no longer exists in this timeline. You are the evolved version. The update has been installed. And this brings us to the source of your recent frustration. The reason why things have felt so off. Why have the old methods stopped working? Why do the visualization techniques, the affirmations, the relentless hustle and grind that used to produce results now feel like pushing against a brick wall? The answer is devastatingly simple. Those tools were designed for the physics of your old reality. You're trying to use the software from an old operating system on a brand new quantum computer. You are trying to spend the currency of a country you no longer live in. The energetic laws, the very vibrational jurisdiction of your new timeline, are different. That old map doesn't work here because it is a map of a different territory altogether. The frustration you felt is not a sign that you are failing. It is the most powerful evidence that you have already succeeded. It is the friction of your old programming grinding against the gears of a new, superior reality. So this is the consciousness shift explained simple. You haven't changed your world, you have changed worlds. This completely reframes your purpose here. The new paradigm is not about attracting your desires into your reality anymore. That implies a separation that no longer exists. The new paradigm is about recognizing what is already present in this new reality stream you now inhabit. The great difficult work of shifting is already done. It is complete. Your new work is not one of striving, but of alignment. Not of building, but of discovery. You are no longer a construction worker trying to build a new house. You are the new owner, simply walking through the rooms of the mansion you already occupy, turning on the lights and discovering what beautiful things are already there. Take a moment and let that sink in. The fight is over. The arrival is complete. Where in your life have you been trying to push open a door you've already walked through instead of exploring the new room you're in? We labor under a deeply ingrained illusion. The illusion is that this great shift, this crossing of the reality threshold, was something that happened to you. A passive event, a cosmic wave that picked you up and deposited you on a new shore, leaving you to figure out the strange new landscape. We tell ourselves we were simply in the right place at the right time, or the wrong place, depending on the day. That is the single greatest misunderstanding of your power. The great revelation is this: you were the architect of the entire event. This was not a random occurrence. It was a meticulously planned demolition and reconstruction, and you held the blueprints. You were not a passenger stumbling through a quantum doorway that happened to be open. You forged the key in the fires of your own inner transformation. You designed the intricate, frequency-specific lock through every choice you made, every belief you shed, every truth you dared to embrace. And when the moment was perfect, when the alignment was absolute, you were the one who consciously, deliberately chose to turn that key. This changes everything, because if this is true, then your recent awakening was not an accident. It was a graduation. It means the universe isn't doing things to you, but responding through you. It means you are not a leaf in the cosmic wind, but the conscious force that directs the storm. Your feeling of disorientation wasn't the symptom of being lost. It was the energetic echo of you letting go of the old control panel and taking your seat at the new one. The frustration you felt was the cognitive dissonance between the memory of being a passenger and the dawning reality that you are the pilot. You are the driving conscious force of your reality. This truth dissolves the old paradigm of struggle, the paradigm of effort, of pushing. The old approach was built on the belief that reality was a stubborn, external thing that had to be convinced, manipulated, or attracted. You had to work hard, visualize harder, and force your will upon the world, hoping it would eventually bend. That entire model is now obsolete. It was designed for the physics of the room you just left. The new approach is not about effort. It is about resonance. You are no longer trying to build a new reality from scratch. The building is complete. You are standing inside it. The new work is not construction. It is exploration. It is about tuning your senses to the frequency of the reality you now occupy. It's about listening, not shouting. It's about feeling, not forcing. It is the subtle, powerful art of becoming a vibrational match to the answers that are already here, to the solutions that already exist, to the beauty that is already waiting. This transforms your very identity. You are not a seeker, endlessly searching for a path. That journey is over. The path led you here, to the other side of the threshold. You are a threshold crosser, a pioneer of consciousness, an existence alchemist who has successfully navigated a timeline split not by chance, but by choice. This is your new operational identity. Claim it, breathe it, understand the power it confers. So now the question becomes, what are the signs of a quantum awakening after the fact? They are not what you think. They aren't grand, external fireworks. They are subtle, internal shifts in physics that you have likely been misinterpreting as problems. What if the proof you've been looking for wasn't a sign from the outside, but the echo of a choice you already made on the inside? This new, post-threshold state has its own unique physics, its own fingerprints. I'm going to show you 3 counterintuitive signs that prove you are here, signs you have almost certainly been misinterpreting as problems. The first sign is the most subtle, and often the most painful, the dissolution of old desires. Think about that one thing, that goal, that person, that achievement you wanted with every fiber of your being. You scripted it, you visualized it, you worked for it. And now, the energy is gone. The intense charge has faded. And your first thought was, I failed. I gave up. I lost my motivation. This is not failure. This is proof of your evolution. In the old reality, that desire was a powerful engine. It was the fuel you needed to generate the energetic velocity required to make the leap, to cross the threshold. But the purpose of the rocket is to get you into orbit, not to be carried around once you are there. That intense desire was the rocket. You have reached orbit. In this new reality, you have vibrationally outgrown the need for that specific outcome. The lesson it was meant to teach has been integrated. The frequency it represented is now your baseline. So when you feel that old ambition fade, do not mourn it as a loss. Celebrate it as a graduation. The universe is telling you that the hunger that drove you through the door is no longer necessary now that you are in the new room. The second sign is one you have noticed, but likely dismissed as coincidence. The glitches and synchronicities accelerate. You look at the clock and it's 11:11. Again, you see repeating number sequences everywhere. 444, 222, 777, on license plates, on receipts, on your phone. You think of a long-lost friend, and moments later, they text you. You have a question in your mind, and you overhear a stranger on the street say the exact sentence that answers it. These bizarre glitches in the matrix, these moments of profound, unexplainable synchronicity, are accelerating. These are not random. They are system notifications in your new operating system. In the reality you just left, the veil between thought and physical experience was thick, dense. There was a significant time lag. But here in the post-threshold state, that veil is incredibly thin. The latency between your consciousness and the material world has collapsed. These glitches are the universe confirming your connection. Each number sequence is a ping. Each synchronicity is a system handshake, confirming that your internal reality and your external reality are now in high-speed communication. You are not going crazy. You are just becoming fluent in the native language of a higher density reality. The third sign is the most tangible, the most disruptive, and the most powerful proof you have arrived. Energetic expulsion and attraction. Suddenly, certain people, jobs, or situations that were once tolerable now feel absolutely unbearable. It's not a logical dislike, it's a full-body visceral rejection. Being around them feels like nails on a chalkboard to your soul. At the same time, new people seem to appear out of nowhere. People who just get it. Conversations flow with an ease. you've never experienced. Connections form instantly, built on a foundation of shared frequency rather than shared history. This is not personal drama, it is physics. Your new resonant frequency is a powerful, non-negotiable broadcast. It acts like a powerful magnet and an impenetrable force field at the same time. Anything that does not match your new signature frequency is being powerfully, and sometimes brutally, repelled from your quantum field. It has to go. And anything that does match your frequency is being drawn to you with incredible speed and accuracy. Do not mistake this physical law for social awkwardness or relational failure. It is the most undeniable evidence that you are occupying a new energetic space. The house is cleaning itself. So you see the pattern, the desire that fades, the glitches that accelerate, the people who are expelled or drawn in. These are not problems to be solved. They are feedback. They are the readings on the dashboard of your new reality. The new rule is this: if it feels like a weird glitch or a strangely effortless alignment, that is the feedback. That is the North Star. That is how this new reality speaks to you. Which of these signs have you been ignoring or misjudging in your life, and how do you see it now in light of this new truth? In the comments below, share which of these 3 post-threshold signs you have been misinterpreting. Let's create a map of this new territory together. You understand it. You see the evidence. Now let's stop talking about it and start living in it. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. It's time to feel the physics of your new home. Take a gentle breath in and let it go. Bring your awareness to the energy of your old reality. Don't judge it. Don't fight it. Just feel it for a moment. Sense its frequency, its emotional tone, the familiar hum of the life you knew. This is the room you once lived in. It was necessary. It was perfect for the person you were. See it now, not as a prison you escaped, but as a foundation you built upon, a place of learning, of growth, of becoming. Feel the deep gratitude for every lesson learned in that space, every challenge, every joy, and with your next exhale, consciously release your energetic connection to it. See that room, that old reality, as a place you can now observe with love, but one you no longer inhabit. It is there. You are here. Now, gently shift your awareness. Turn your full attention to the space you are in right now. This new room, your new reality. Don't try to define it with your mind. Feel it with your entire being. What is the texture of this space? Is it smooth, electric, serene, vibrant? What is its sound? Is it a hum, a silence, a subtle music? What is the emotional frequency here? Feel into it. This space is not empty. It is pregnant with new potential. It is filled with the unmanifested probabilities that perfectly match your new consciousness. Everything you have become is encoded in the very fabric of this room. This is your home. Now, we are going to consciously align your physical body with this new baseline reality. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you do, imagine you are inhaling the very essence of this new reality. Breathe it in. Pull its frequency into your lungs, into your bloodstream, into every cell. Feel your body recognizing its new environment, a sense of homecoming, a deep, cellular recalibration. Exhale any remaining residue of the old frequency. Let's do that again. A conscious, energetic breath. Inhale the physics of your new home. Feel your entire system coming into resonance with it. You are not visiting. You are not hoping. You are here. This is not a future state you are trying to attract. This is now. This is your baseline. This is truth. And from this place of absolute presence, of embodied knowing, I want you to declare your arrival, silently in your heart or whispered aloud on your breath. Repeat these words and feel them as your ultimate reality. I am here. I have arrived. I claim this reality. Feel the power in that declaration, the finality, the peace. The search is over. Stay with this feeling for another moment. The feeling of being fully present in your new energetic home. This feeling, right here, is the signature frequency of your post-threshold state. Memorize it. Anchor it in your body. This is your new North Star. When you're ready, you can gently bring your awareness back to your surroundings. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. As you stood in the energy of this new reality, what single word or feeling emerged as its undeniable essence? You are no longer a visitor. You are an inhabitant of this new timeline, a conscious one, and every new land requires a new way of navigating its terrain. The old maps, the old compasses of logic and brute force, they do not work here. They are relics of a reality you have already transcended. So let this serve as your operational guide, the fundamental principles for living as a conscious inhabitant of your new world. The first tool is the most immediate and the most profound. We will call it the resonance check. In your old reality, how did you make decisions? You made lists, pros and cons. You wrestled with logic. You polled your friends. You tried to mentally simulate every possible outcome, creating immense friction and anxiety. That was the way of a dense reality where the mind had to bulldoze its way through probability. Here it is different. The veil between your inner state and outer reality is exquisitely thin. Your very body has become a quantum sensor, a biological compass needle that instantly aligns with the true north of your highest timeline. The resonance check is the practice of honoring this new sensitivity. Instead of thinking your way through a choice, you feel it. Take an option, a potential decision, and hold it in your field of awareness. Don't analyze it. Simply hold the thought of it, the energy of having chosen it, and then notice what your body does. Does your chest feel like it's expanding, opening, even by a millimeter? Is there a subtle sense of lightness, a forward-leaning energy, a quiet yes that has no words? That is resonance. That is your new reality confirming that this choice is in vibrational alignment with where you are now. Or does your body contract? Does your stomach tighten? Your shoulders tense? A feeling of subtle dread or a pulling back? That is dissonance. That is your internal guidance system screaming no, with a clarity your mind could never achieve. Your body knows the physics of this place. Logic is the language of the past. Resonance is the language of the now. Trust the expansion. Trust the contraction. It is the most direct communication you will ever receive from the universe. The second tool recalibrates your relationship with creation itself. It's called scripting from the future. For years, you were taught to journal about what you want, to write affirmations in the present tense, trying to convince a skeptical universe that you already had something you clearly felt you lacked. This created an energetic paradox, a constant signal of not having. That method is now obsolete. You have already arrived in a new reality stream. The potential for everything you could ever desire already exists here as a latent probability. Your work is not to attract it from afar, but to select it from the field of the present. So you will no longer write I want, or even I am. You will now write I remember when. You pick up your journal, and you write from the perspective of your future self, a self who is already living the fulfillment of your desire, and you describe it as a memory. You don't script the desire, you script the recollection of its arrival. Instead of writing, I am so grateful for my new beautiful home, which can feel like a lie, you write, I remember the feeling of the sun on my face that first morning in my new home. I remember the smell of the coffee brewing in the kitchen, the sense of peace that washed over me, the deep knowing that I was finally, truly home. Do you feel the difference? One is an act of wanting, the other is an act of knowing. By scripting it as a memory, you collapse the probability wave from a state of accomplished fact. You are not asking, you are not hoping. You are activating a timeline that is already available to you within the reality you now inhabit. You are simply remembering your future. The third tool is perhaps the most critical for your peace. It is the art of navigating the sleepers. As you acclimate to this higher frequency, you will become profoundly aware of those who have not crossed the threshold with you. Loved ones, friends, family. Their conversation may feel dense. Their worries may seem trivial. Their attachment to the old world's drama may feel physically grating. The old temptation is to try and wake them up, to convince them, to show them the truth, to drag them across the threshold with you. This will only lead to exhaustion for you and resistance from them. You cannot pull someone into a reality they have not chosen. Your new role is not that of a proselytizer. It is that of an energetic lighthouse. A lighthouse does not run all over the coastline trying to save individual ships. It does not shout warnings. It simply stands, anchored in its own truth, and shines its light. And by its very presence, it allows ships to navigate the darkness. You are to become that lighthouse. You say less. You stop explaining. You simply embody the peace, the clarity, and the quiet confidence of your new reality. Your frequency becomes the sermon. Your inner state becomes the proof. Those who are ready for that light will navigate towards you, naturally, without any effort on your part. And those who are not will continue on their own path, and you can love them from a distance without getting entangled in their storm. This is how to navigate a reality shift in the most practical sense. You stop trying to build a bridge back to the old world, and you start walking around, exploring the new land you're on. So here is your integration framework, a simple, daily declaration to anchor you in this new operational model. Each morning before your feet hit the floor, say this to yourself: today, I operate from the knowing that I have already arrived. My only task is to discover the wonders of where I am. This one sentence shifts you from striving to discovering, from creating to allowing, from being a seeker to being an inhabitant. Now you have the tools, you have the framework. The only thing left is the application. What is the very first decision you will make using the resonance check instead of your old logic? You now understand you have crossed the reality threshold. You can see the signs for what they are, not glitches, but energetic fingerprints of your new location in the cosmos. You know how to operate here, how to navigate this new territory using resonance as your compass and conscious choice as your vehicle. You are home, but this homecoming is not an endpoint. It is an initiation. Crossing the first threshold, even unconsciously, is the universe's way of showing you that it is possible. It proves the mechanism exists. It proves you have the inherent capacity to navigate the infinite corridors of probability. But what if you could learn to do it consciously? What if you could move beyond being a passenger who awakens to find themselves in a new destination and become the pilot who chooses the course with precision and purpose? What if you could choose the next room? This is the next horizon. You have moved from one reality to another, one room in the infinite mansion of existence to the next. You've learned to live in that new room, but now you must realize a far greater truth. You are not just an inhabitant. You are the architect of the entire house. When the ability to navigate a reality shift, which you now possess, meets the conscious power of quantum entanglement, the game changes entirely. You stop just experiencing reality. You start broadcasting it. Your frequency becomes a signal that doesn't just attract your experience, but actively structures the fabric of the cosmos around you, influencing everything it touches. In our next video, titled Quantum Entanglement Explained, Why Your New Reality is Now Connected to Everything, we will explore this profound leap. We will decode how your personal shift is not personal at all, but a resonant signal that changes the entire cosmic network, linking your consciousness to other pioneers, and creating a grid for a new Earth. Your solitary journey becomes a collective creation. You are a pioneer, a timeline jumper, an architect of worlds. Now that you know you can cross a threshold, what if you could consciously choose the destination of your next quantum leap? Subscribe and activate all notifications, because in our next video, we aren't just living in the new reality, we are architecting its expansion. You have to be there for that. Welcome to the new reality. It was waiting for you.